Pepsi Man. You know him, you love him, you might even hate him, but we all can agree that he has some darn ass cool collectibles and is fun to talk about, and his memes are funny. So in today's episode of RBS, or the Retrobite Show, we're talking about him.
Hi, it's voiceover Brock here. So first of all, if you don't know who Pepsi Man is a Pepsi-themed badass superhero with the power to turn things into Pepsis and make Pepsis out of thin air. His backstory is that a scientist, after coming in contact with Holy Pepsi, became Pepsi Man. Where can I get myself some Holy Pepsi? He stars in many 90s Japanese Pepsi commercials where he runs as fast as possible to deliver Pepsi to people in need. Like anything else made in the 90s, there's a whole lot of women in bikinis, and these ads were popular and inspired Pepsi who make many pieces of Pepsi Man merchandise and collectibles.
Wow, that was cool, Future Brock recording the voiceover. But before we get to some of his collectibles, we're gonna talk about the different variants of Pepsi Man. Originally he was silver, and yes, I am going to be holding the script. I didn't feel like memorizing my lines. Originally he was silver with a Pepsi logo that led to a red stripe that goes all the way down to it and is built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. This design was obviously based on the original Pepsi can from the 90s. The second design of Pepsi Man, you probably know because this is the version of the Pepsi Man from the video game and is the most commonly memed upon version because of it. He was, I guess, in the same amount of commercials, but everyone knows this one. He's the same shape and size as the original Pepsi Man, but now he has a two-tone blue and silver design with a large Pepsi logo on his chest and chains like a badass once again. The reasoning behind the redesign was probably because of the change in the Pepsi cans themselves, which also were redesigned around the same time. The Pepsi... that's not the only Pepsi person, though. There is also Pepsi Woman, who is the female version of Pepsi Man, who advertises Diet Pepsi, which is most likely going off the stereotype that only women drink diet drinks. She is similar to the original Pepsi Man with her all-silver design with a Pepsi logo that is located on her boobs. She also has a face, unlike normal Pepsi Man, which is extremely disturbing. Normal Pepsi Man just like goes, if you watch the commercials. She had gone down to, She had gone down to be not very remembered because She's not in that many ads actually, but she has inspired a lot of DeviantArt probably. Now on to collectibles and stuff.
The first piece of Pepsi Man merch we're going to be talking about today is the Pepsi Man watch. It came in this nice ass case and has Pepsi Man on it. I think there's some egg guy and he has a frog hand in front of it. I guess that's supposed to be Pepsi Man. The watch has two variants, and one of the Pepsi Man watches is like square with a rectangular screen, and the other one is circle with a circular screen, I think. I haven't seen any photos of it on. Around the time Pepsi Man was popular, virtual pets such as Tamagotchi were also very popular. That's why the Pepsi company decided to make the virtual pet called the Pepsi Man Power Gym virtual pet game. It's more like that one app on the Apple Watch. It advertises 5 training games, which doesn't seem like much. And it even has a 4th, and there even is a 4th Pepsi Man variant on it. Pepsi Man also has his own line of collectible bottle caps. Each of the bottle caps sees Pepsi Man being a fucking idiot or food products for some reason. There also is a Pepsi Man making himself into letters. The letters chosen are P-E-E-P-S-I, Pepsi, which of course spells watermelon. They didn't only make the small blind bag versions of these Pepsi Man things. They also made a large Pepsi Man bottle cap that could make sounds when you pressed a button on his back. You could find this and win it by buying Pepsi Man Pepsi that has a hole in it that you peer into. You might have a special code, or you could always just like buy it. If you're watching this video, just buy it on eBay. It's the only way to get it now. Only way. There's also this weird wind-up Pepsi Man Pepsi holder thing that comes in 4 variants. Baseball dude, Diet Pepsi dude, Worker dude, and just normal Pepsi Man. One of them kind of looks like OG Pepsi Man. There's also a rare Pepsi Man action figure based on the early 90s variant of Pepsi Man, which comes with a snowboard and a collection of different medical-themed accessories. This was probably based on the snow-themed Pepsi Man commercial. They later down the line updated the toy with a new Pepsi Man design, which is like the new Pepsi Man design. There also is Pepsi Man keychains that exist. What do you want me to say? It's just a keychain. Look at it. That's all it is. Now we're going to talk about Pepsi Man themed video games. Pepsi Man is most famous because of his 1999 PS1 game, Pepsi Man. But we'll go in depth with that in a separate video. Sorry, I wasn't able to talk that last sentence. This one will be different. For now, let's talk about his more niche games that we will also probably talk about in the video game version of this episode. In the game Fighting Vipers on Sega Saturn, you can unlock Pepsi Man if you lose a battle against a CPU component. He's such a fuck him. Just another reason why Pepsi Man is our literal god. There's also a Pepsi Man arcade game that is just rock, paper, scissors, and gambling, which actually are my 2 favorite things.
Hi, it's live action Brock again. I got the script here. Like I said, we'll make a separate video on the PS1 Pepsi Man game, so subscribe for that. The more views this video gets, so either use alt accounts to rewatch it, or like tell your friends, or rewatch it on their alt accounts, or steal their phone and watch it on their normal account. Yeah, just more views, and the more views, we're more likely to make another Pepsi Man video sooner than later. I'm really bad at outros, so here's a clip of SpongeBob.
Yeah, hey Mario. Let me get a large double olive, double...
Patrick, listen!
SpongeBob.
It's me, SpongeBob!